Tony suddenly realized the new transfer beauty in class was actually his new girlfriend. But what shocked him even more was that after school every day, the group of men in suits around her would bow to him in unison. This made Tony feel on top of the world. Turns out the girl was a local gang leader, but one day during a gang fight, she was ambushed and nearly killed. Luckily Tony happened to pass by and saved her life. He never expected that rescue would completely change his fate. The next morning, as soon as Tony opened his eyes, the girl confidently demanded he take responsibility and insisted they get married immediately. Tony panicked and played dumb, trying to use his drunkenness as an excuse, but the girl didn't believe him at all. Left with no choice, Tony reluctantly agreed. Then he pretended to have a headache and asked the girl to buy painkillers for him, but as soon as she left, Tony quickly packed his things to run away. Before he could open the door, the girl returned with two men. Seeing Tony all dressed and ready to flee, she instantly saw through his plan. She pulled out a gleaming blade and coldly warned him, "In her life there is no divorce, only widowhood." Tony broke into a cold sweat on the spot and had no choice but to stay put. The girl was instantly in a great mood. She immediately ordered the staff to dress Tony up in stylish clothes. Seeing his brand new look in the mirror, looking at the handsome man in front of her, the girl happily said she'd drive him to school. Tony got excited, thinking it was the perfect chance to escape, but as soon as they stepped out, he was stunned. Hundreds of gang members stood in formation, their chants echoed through the streets. Seeing this, Tony instantly gave up the idea of running. He arrived at school escorted by the gang. Meanwhile the school beauty saw the breakfast in Tony's hand and assumed it was her usual love breakfast, but this time, Tony didn't even glance at her. He handed the food to his best friend. The school beauty was furious. After all, everyone knew Tony used to make breakfast for her every day. His cold attitude made her feel embarrassed in front of everyone. Unwilling to accept it, she marched up to Tony and demanded the breakfast in public. But now that Tony had a fiancée, he didn't want to get involved with her anymore. While they were arguing, a loud shout came from the school gate. Tony didn't dare delay for a second. The girl was already impatient and was ready to teach Tony a lesson on the spot. Seeing that Tony suddenly had a girlfriend, the school beauty was upset. She thought the girl was just an actress hired by Tony to make her jealous on purpose. But when the girl heard that, she was instantly displeased. She declared publicly that Tony belonged to her, then dragged Tony into a sports car and drove off, leaving the school beauty and her friend fuming on the street. The next day after school, Tony was about to head home when the school beauty stopped him. She assumed on her own that Tony had planned another birthday party for her. Tony kept explaining that wasn't true, but the school beauty refused to believe it. She insisted on going to his place to check. As soon as she walked in, she saw the birthday gift the girl had prepared for Tony. She thought it was for her and took it without hesitation. Tony tried to stop her, but during the struggle, the gift was dropped and shattered on the floor. Just then, the girl came out pushing a birthday cake. Seeing the scene, the school beauty realized the surprise was meant for Tony from the girl. When the girl saw her carefully prepared surprise destroyed, she stormed forward in anger, ready to teach this uninvited school beauty a lesson.